This is Dan Gilman.
And Zach Gazarowski of MyGamer.com.
All right, and this week we are playing Tales of Zestiria.
Zestiria, maybe?
Zestria? That sounds like it sounds like a salad dressing.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. It is the newest in a Tales game. It is out on PS3, PS4, and PC.
I think it's just PS4 only.
No.
Oh.
Nope. And that was going to be one of my big complaints about this.
I'm looking on GameStop's website right now, and they only show Tales of the Zestiria on PS4, but you can get the Tales of Zestiria e-guide and official strategy guide, but it's labeled under PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, so I think it's PlayStation 4 only.
It came out for PS3.
Maybe in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can look that up.
Yeah, I'll look
Wikipedia definitely listed as PS3.
Well, we all know how accurate Wikipedia can be.
Exactly as accurate as everything.
Oh, man. Let's see what we got here.
It kind of like there's weird, like, not taking full account of this generation issues, like enemies in the distance, frame rate drops all the time.
Yeah?
Like weird fucking shit. Like there's a bird coming up and you can see it's like not moving at a smooth like 60 until like you get close to it, and then all of a sudden like it just like evens out really quick.
GameFAQs has Tales of Zestiria listed on PC and PS3. But maybe it is on PlayStation 3.
It might have been digital only, and that's why GameStop doesn't have it.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
All
right. Well.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
It did come out on PS3, and you can tell. It kind of feels like they were just completely hedging their bets about that they were just sort of like, yeah, this is like, we don't know how much this is gonna cost, like, to release it on all this stuff, so they just like played it safe and everyone got the PS3 version.
So besides maybe, like the technical hiccups, right? How's the game? I mean, itself.
It's
is
good.
It fun?
It's a good. I mean, it's a Tales game.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to hide it from you or anything.
This arch enemy of yours that did this?
Yeah. She's the reason I lost my sight.
So Tales of
It's just like I told you.
God,
Out for vengeance against the one who killed my friend.
We just streamed one. I mean, not too long ago.
yeah. That was the PS3
the-
Tales. Yeah.
That was like the latest one at that point.
Yeah.
I can sense a larger range of presence than you all can.
Tales of Vesperia, the Xbox 360 one. That one is by far, like, that's the measuring rod that all other Tales games need to be judged on.
Yeah, that usually seems to be the best one, right?
Yeah, that is across the board the best one.
You're right.
Yuri, the main character in that, like, straight up murders people a bunch of times. There are, like, characters that do, like, really fucked up stuff, like torturing people and experimenting on them, and they get away with it because they're, nobles or shit like that, and it's like this really corrupt world, and he's just like, well, fuck it, if they can't be brought to justice, I'll just bring them to justice on my own.
Huh. So it's a pretty
And we'll just murder them.
yeah, that's a pretty brutal plot line there.
Yeah, and like what happens is slowly like more characters find out what he's doing, and like less and and like none of them care.
What's the? I mean, do you even know what the story is here? I don't know how far you are. Like, are you just trying to save the world? Or you're just like some random guy and his ragtag group of buddies, and you're just trying to stop an evil coming in, or what's the deal? Do we know yet?
So you're the shepherd, which is supposed to stop all malice in the world. If you get too much malice, you turn into a hellion, which is basically a monster. So if you get too much of that, it's bad, basically. You just turn into a crazy, awful monster beast thing.
Okay.
And the only people that they can either be killed, which isn't preferable because like they were once people, or they can be purified, and if they're purified, within time they can be like brought back to the human form.
So kind of a quirky JRPG storyline, but I mean, I think people play the Tales games really for the combat system, no?
Yeah, it's definitely a plus of buying these games.
Because it's real time.
Yeah, and
but-
like they every game's a little different than the last,
Right.
but they're all kind like if you know one, you can kind of figure out the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
This one has unique enough stuff that if like your shop rank increases, they had that in one of the last ones, and like people will sell you more stuff the more that you spend money at their shop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. It's it's definitely.
Does this have the like the cooking system?
No, they did away with the cooking system a little while ago, actually.
Huh. That was like a huge part of like.
All Tales games forever.
Yeah, I mean there's so many ingredients, so many parts.
Yeah, and forever what would happen is like you would only have like one character that did all of the cooking, and there was normally like skits, and skits is another thing that is pretty common in these. Is that
Skits? What does that mean?
like they'll like there was one that came up and it's like just the characters talking to each other.
Oh, they called those skit. Oh, like little conversation
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah, they call them
Oh,
skits.
okay.
And it happens on sometimes random bases, but sometimes you'll trigger it depending on if you've done something enough. So like if you only ever had one person cooking, like almost through the entire game, there would be an actual skit about that.
Oh.
So, that was kind of funny.
So we're just equipping stuff right here.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about this system is that when you equip things, you can fuse like your old equipment together. So for some reason, say you have two like feldspar swords, you can equip them into a feldspar sword +1, and then +2, and like so on and so on.
Oh. So the more you combine, just the stronger it gets.
The
huh?
stronger and stronger it'll get.
So then you don't really necessarily have to just sell all your crap. You just might want to make something just stronger then.
Yeah, I actually got into a place earlier in the game that I like was really broke and was like, fuck. Well, I guess I'll just like start selling the items I have, and went back and I just unlocked this thing that was like, oh yeah, if you kept all of your items all along and have been leveling them up, if they're plus 10 by now, you can start doing this really cool shit with it. And I'm like,
Oh.
fuck you.
So you just sold all your stuff, so you couldn't really combine anything.
Yeah,
then, huh?
it was like, I was so fucking broke when it happened, too.
Yeah. You usually run into that wall when you play a lot of RPGs. I need money. I need experience. I have to grind.
Yeah, and
It's kind of inevitable.
it was just sort of like, so I can either give a fuck and, you know, like, try keeping this stuff on the off chance I need it later,
Yeah.
or just say, fuck it, and kinda. What the fuck is up with these, like, really weird fucking daggers that she keeps getting?
Do you get items just from random drops from enemies, or this is stuff you're buying here? Or...
Enemies drop fucking weapons and items and shit left and right.
Oh, so that's what. So now you get a higher quantity of these, swords and items and
Oh,
weapons.
yeah, like,
so because
more
they
than-
want you to combine all the stuff.
I think I've seen a higher enemy drop rate in this game than any other. Yeah, so this is sanctification. Sanctification. This is what I was talking about with, like,
Oh, so this is how you.
level 10 stuff.
Okay.
And it's just like, fuck you. So you can get a lord of each individual village that you basically assign. And when you assign them to a village, you can set boons, and what the boons will do is, like, give you different rewards. One of them is the sanctification. Healing Air's one. Treasure restoration. So if you're in the area, like, treasure chests will
they
just
come back.
repopulate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, none of that looks fun. Alright, so let's just wander around some more.
You got what? A few guys in your party right now.
I do.
So the on-screen avatar only has one guy, even though your party is consistent of 4 or 3 members.
6 members. So
6 members. Oh yeah,
I
otherwise
have
that
two
take up a
people.
lot.
I have the guy that I'm controlling, and the girl in the purple that's following me around. And then everyone else is a seraphim, and they can't be seen by normal people. Yeah.
And they all fight at the same time during combat.
4 people, including the 2 humans, can fight at once.
Is this fast travel? What is this?
Yeah, this is fast travel, and I'm trying to, like, figure out where I'm supposed to be, where this rune is that they were talking about.
So really no indication on where to go next. No marker, no indicator.
Nope. Nope. I literally just talked to my party member, and they're like, "Yeah, this is where this rune is. We should probably go explore it." And it's like a side quest thing at best. And, like, you get different abilities finally. So you get support talents that you get snack preparation, which is sort of like the food thing.
Yeah.
But you have no control over it. They just sort of make whatever they want.
Ooh,
and-
point of interest detection. Is that what you need?
Well, point of interest detection,
Or does that just tell you where things are in the environment?
yeah, and, like, yeah, that's all it is. And what'll happen with a point of interest detection is it's actually really kind of fucking worthless. in all honesty. Like, sometimes there'll be, like, a point of interest I walk by, and that I don't even know is a point of interest, simply because it looks like an overturned log or something,
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh, hey, this is the great challenge log of John Smith. This is super important in history. And it's like, well, I don't care. And then they'll, like, talk about it for, like, 2 minutes. And then it's like, you get additional action points that you can assign for the characters to do other things in battle. And that's the only reason I have the point of interest thing active at all.
I like how they have the border there, just like a waist-high fence, instead of just like an invisible wall.
Yeah. Oh, and I just encountered a skunk that I literally couldn't see.
Yeah, I saw that. So is combat here, button mashing, or you got to put a little bit of thought into this now?
I've gotten to the point that my characters are over-leveled for this area.
Yes,
and it's evolved into button mashing.
Sure.
But like normally it really shouldn't be. At
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, if you're just walking around, that's to be expected. You're stronger than the slimes that are out here, just the the level 1 slimes, right?
Yeah. I'm actually substantially stronger than most of them. And they're not level 1. This is
Yeah. Yeah, that was
kind
just
of
a speech.
they're level 27. Oh fuck. They're like the last dungeon I was in right before we started streaming. They were like level 39. So they're like these guys are level 27, so just to give you a point of reference.
Right.
That, yeah, these guys are a little lower than I was dealing with. And even those guys I was kind of ignoring.
This game isn't multiplayer, is it? It's always just one. I mean, you got multiple players in your team, but you can't play like two same sofa.
I think you can.
Yeah. Wonder how that'd work with the camera.
Hopefully better than it does now, because the camera now is only like directly behind one person, and it gets
Right.
super fucking annoying really fast. Alright, so now we're gonna explore some
Where
rooms.
did they say they saw the iris gem?
Whoops, I forgot to ask. I didn't really want to talk to them for long.
Fine. Let's
So the green things on the map, is that the point of interest?
No, those are stairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's small.
They
on the
lead to
screen.
like another place.
Look at these guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm way over leveled for this entire fucking area.
Hello, little help. Nice to be able to put my hair up with a barrette, right?
What's a barrette?
You don't know what a barrette is? Were you born in a barn? Have you been living under a rock?
Oh, I try to make everyone in my party look as stupid as possible. At all times.
Is that why they're wearing like stupid cowboy hats and stuff?
Yeah. And one of them has like 3D glasses on and shit. And like sideburns.
How are you warping through walls here?
That is, so I have a wind seraphim.
Oh.
I really don't know why they just didn't call them like angels or something.
You ready, sir?
Because that's pretty much what they are.
Effect on the undead. Got it?
Yeah, but you have to equip that to go through the wall, or is that just like an ability?
The wind guy just has it.
Oh.
The moment you recruit him in your party, he just goes, "Hey, I can do this," and it's like, "Oh, hey, cool, thank you." But like, I had the water guy in my party forever, before he was like, oh, I have this ability, and it's like, cool. I can tell that the only time the game is going to require me to use this is going to be super obnoxious.
So I mean, what if you didn't have, this wind guy in your party right now? You wouldn't be able to, get through that part?
No,
Or
yeah,
can you
no.
swap out in like real time?
Yeah, I can actually.
So you can like swap to the water guy, to the wind guy, back to the water guy if you want.
Not, like there's a limitation to it, but yeah, I could. Like the water to earth to fire,
Okay.
water, earth, air, water, earth, wind. Yeah, it's the 4 elements. Oh boy. Yup, slowest opening door in the universe.
And you have to wait for it to be all the way up.
Yeah. Well, safety first, man. Wow, most of the enemies don't follow me into rooms. That's kind of odd. I also think that, my objective right now is literally to...
It's here.
Alright, so I got a Norman. If I go to my objective, it literally just says, I have been okay, how have you been? It literally just says, like, search for more areas to get more power. And that's it. It, doesn't give me a clue where to go at all.
See, I hate that. I mean, you got to give the player some kind of an indicator on where to go, because the last thing I want to do is just wander around aimlessly trying to figure out where to go. Like, no, just give me the indicator.
There are some clues, but, all of the clues that they've given me thus far are kind of bullshit.
Like, I want an indicator on the screen, or on the, you boot up, you hit select, boot the map.
Like, when I have a clear objective, like right now, if you look at my map, there's a star that tells me, yeah, your objective for this area is right here. Which is great. But I haven't had one of those in fucking a while now. And it's cool because the game basically has opened up a lot.
Yeah.
But in the same instance, it's just kind of nothing is going on. Okay, so here we go. This is a little cutscene when you find one of these. It's supposed to be a look into history.
These are just, what they just say, gems?
Yeah, they're iris gems.
Is it materia? Like you can equip it in your gun or something?
No.
Or does it just trigger a cutscene?
Just triggers a cutscene.
I never knew there were once so many
I had no idea what that cutscene was.
amplification powers on Hellions.
They kind of talk about it afterwards.
How did they disappear?
What do you think?
If the existence of so many shepherds depended on Maltalis, then when Maltalis disappeared, so did all of them.
Isn't it too early to jump to conclusions?
Well, what other possibilities are there?
Maybe humans abandoned their faith in Seraphim to the extent that shepherds just ceased to exist.
Perhaps the large crowd of shepherds we saw was just a historical anomaly.
Maybe only people like Saray can be shepherds, and there's just fewer nice guys in the world these days.
Huh. So there's plenty of other possibilities. I guess that means we have to keep collecting information.
Yes, if you do that, you will surely arrive at your answer.
Well, we've met our first goal. Well, it would have been nice if we could have investigated before the place got ransacked. But it Looks like it happened a long time ago.
Trespheres, but useless. Yeah, kind of like that.
Don't you think that the stones and decorations looted from here may have been
So you
used
get a
to
lot
build
of
Dragon's architecture?
cutscenes, you know,
Given the
standing
location
around talking kind of cutscenes.
Yeah, all cutscenes are kind of like
where
that.
they've been used, we might be able to find the hidden history of Pendragon. If we compare with Lady Lake, which utilized the Vivia subterranean aqueduct, we might find what people in that era were thinking. Sounds
Lady
awesome.
Lake.
Good thinking, Mikleo.
Lady of the
And
Lake.
that's not all. If we build upon our current hypothesis,
Hang on. I don't get what's so awesome about this.
But they're so enthused.
Friggin' weirdos.
guess I'm the clown again.
No, that was a smile of praise to the true king of the Ruin Geeks.
Viva the Ruin Geek Shepherd.
What kind of shepherd is that?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Then that makes Saray the first.
No objections? I guess.
Yeah, see, and then they just kind of disappear inside his head.
Sure.
Yeah,
You know, because just why not?
yeah, why not?
Man, what else is Namco Bandai like making these days besides Tales after Tales each year?
Isn't this place a tomb? Am I gonna get cursed or
What's
something?
whatchamacallit there?
We'll be punished together.
Let's
Let's see what they got here.
Thank you.
Dynasty Warriors.
It's disrespectful to talk loudly in the ruins.
Oh,
There goes the
well, let's see. This year, all they have is this game, it seems. Fighting Edition Tekken 6, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Soul Calibur 5 in Europe.
Pretty angry, even though Saray's not really
And then, man, it looks like the last thing was actually Dark Souls 2, which is about this time last year, 2014.
Grind my gears.
And the localization is like kind of really fucking annoys me in a lot of spots because like I get that occasionally you'll encounter something that there's no English equivalency to, but like he literally just said that really grinds my gears. And it's like, really? That's a Family Guy reference.
Right.
And an old Family Guy reference. Like, a really old Family Guy reference at this point. Guilty Dragon. The fuck's Guilty Dragon? Clearly, we've forgotten about Guilty Dragon.
I don't know what that is.
I'm pretty sure it's something Namco Bandai published, but
Guilty Dragon. I don't see anything here.
it might be Japan.
Well, this says this. I got a list of Japan, Europe, and North America, and I don't see that. I see Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2. That was actually the last game they released before this new Tales game's here. Then they got the Dark Souls, Pac-Man Friends on Android and iOS. Ace Combat.
Are they still making Ace Combat games?
Well, that was PlayStation 3, May 2014 PlayStation 3.
Oh. That was a while ago. That was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You act on instinct way too much.
Wow. Can they... Oh, it's for Android.
Oh, well, yeah, that doesn't really count.
Can you get away with releasing that few titles?
I know. I was going to say, like, this. They've gone a year. Or,
Well, no.
like
they released... The last Tales game wasn't a year ago.
if according to Game Facts here, the last game was Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2 in October of last year, and then this actually said, Tales of Zestiria actually came out on PlayStation 3
Hey, it wasn't
back in January.
Tales of this one?
This yeah, on the PlayStation 3 version. It came out in January.
Not in America, it didn't.
That's what this says, but I don't. This might not be right here because something doesn't seem right. Maybe that's publisher. Hold on, let me see. Maybe it's the same thing.
Don't overdo it, Rose.
Oh, they did publish Dot Hack, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that was back in the day. Oh shit. Okay, I clicked on. I think that might have been developed, but published. Oh, okay, this makes way more sense now. Oh yeah, here we go. Godzilla was last year. Ace Combat, Rise of the Incarnates, One Piece, Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh yeah, Xenoverse was like recently.
Tekken 7 in arcades.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, that's in Japan. God Eater 2 in Japan.
yeah. A lot of people are pissed off that's not out here too.
I don't think you checked that monolith out yet.
Man, they made Time Crisis 5 in arcades in Japan.
Really? Was
Yeah.
that recently?
March 2015 is what this says here.
Wow.
Time Crisis, what, 1, 2, and 3 came here with like a spin-off where you had
4.
like a machine gun. Oh yeah, 4 came here as well. Yeah, so but I had no idea they were making a Time Crisis 5.
Yeah. 4 did not do well.
No.
And it was not a good game. I mean, like, there's a reason 4 didn't do well.
Oh, J-Star's Victory.
Oh, that
Verse
came out.
Plus.
That came out here.
Yeah, that was in
relatively
June.
soon, yeah.
June, yeah.
And you can also pick that up for
You know,
a
you're
pretty good discount at this point. Nope, that is not where I want to be. Oh my god, I am just going to pay to get out of this ruin.
Gundams, they're still making Gundams.
Oh yeah, dude. They'll never
That's-
stop.
Oh, that's out of control
Actually,
with that
the
stuff. God Eater Resurrection Japan actually just came out in Japan. Disney Magic Castle 2 My Happy Life on 3DS in Japan only. Oh wow, I didn't know Disney Infinity 3.0 comes out in Japan through Namco Bandai. Oh, the next game is going to be Project X Zone 2, which is actually in like a week.
Dazzle. Can I
11,
ask you
12,
something?
15.
Yeah, what?
Do you have any friends?
That's a pretty nasty question.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I know. I have a close friend. A Farga. A wind spirit. He has a very caring personality.
Cyber Connect 2. Why do I know that name?
He was like a concerned older brother, looking after his younger siblings.
Just what you'd expect
Cyber
from a
Connect
seraph of the
2?
wind.
Yeah, why do I know that name?
Probably what
It's
most
the
people
developer behind
brash young gun.
the Guilty Dragon
I
game.
see. Well, I'm glad to
Oh.
hear
Glad to hear what?
that. Just to
It does
let
kind of sound
know.
familiar.
Yeah.
I was worried about you, you know.
Save it for someone who needs it.
Well, if you say so.
That's why I'm gonna get my revenge. For his sake.
Oh, Dark Souls is the next,
Ooh, let's
big
see.
game. Dark Souls 3. Naruto.
Okay. So I'm probably starting my job Monday now.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what my phone. That was my phone going off. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. If they dick around with me anymore, though, after Monday, I'm gonna straight up tell them like, yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna be nice and tell you straight up, I'm looking for other jobs, though.
That's weird.
Yeah, dude, I have no idea what the fuck's happening. Oh, CyberConnect is behind the Dot Hack games.
Hmm.
Hey, you there. Take this to the inn.
You! This is all your damn fault!
Hurry up, kid.
All the grown-ups do is order us around, day in and day out. You call this saving us? Some shepherd you are. Screw you!
It looks like they've turned to honest labor now.
Yeah, but it didn't make us popular, that's for sure.
That's
I don't like how all the worlds are just so flat. Just like there's no like, I
Like
don't
those
know.
mountains in the distance.
No, I mean like the floor like you're running on. Like the whole game I've been watching. It's like there's just like it's just like a straight plane like
There
one
have been a
texture.
couple of dungeons actually that have like gone up and down, and I'll tell you, it was really annoying.
Just because of how the camera works.
No,
There's
just
no-
in fucking general. Like, it was like you can't really see what's behind it properly, and it was just. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Like, there was, like, rise and, like, drop in it.
It just seems like each stage, each environment is just built on 90-degree angles, flat surfaces. I don't know. Just thought there'd be more like bumps in the road and hills and stuff.
Yeah, but you know how hard that shit is to do.
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh, no. That's why they did it. No, absolutely. It's way easier to just do a flat
Also,
ground.
this
Sure.
is, like, the capital. Like, I've only really taken you into, like, big cities.
Yeah.
Like, the smaller villages are kind of a little dingier, but not a lot. Man, I got that text, and is it sad that the first thought in my head was, wow, I kind of want to start drinking.
That might mean you have a problem or a solution.
Yeah, I was actually thinking I had a solution to my problem. Also, like, come on, I got fucked over on this. Like,
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's something's
it's
not right.
supposedly HR is getting involved, and the moment anyone's like, yeah, HR has to do something, it's like, oh fuck, this is gonna be forever now.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it should be innate. I mean, it should be like an IT issue that you don't have like clearance to get in or whatever.
Which it was at first.
So now, but like, why? It just seems like why the fuck would HR? It just seems.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. So now I'm donating things to.
I was just gonna say, what'd you just hit some like Raspberry Pi there? What was that?
I am giving up items for grade to like get additional boons from this guy.
How many hours are you into this? You think?
I think it was 25 the last time I checked.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty good dent. I mean, what do you think? 40 hours for this?
Probably 40, 60, yeah. Okay, leveled it up. Awesome! I can't use that because I don't have enough points. Self-employment? What, like as an IT professional? Do you know how fucking annoying it is to be self-employed in IT? It is really fucking obnoxious. You take all the flack from everyone that they're going to give you, and then they will literally come back to you and be like, why's my computer got viruses on it again? Well, did you go to the porn sites again? Without an antivirus? I don't go to porn sites. Everyone fucking goes to porn sites. This isn't a quiz. Like, you know, if you try to open a program that says, like, free pornography, shit's gonna happen to your computer. No, journalism. No. No.
Yeah, that's kind of a dead-end career.
Yeah.
Specifically game journalism.
Yeah, game journalism, there are, like...
You get stuck with losers like us.
Well, and if you want to make money in it, there's something like 50 actual paying jobs. And you don't want to work for those companies, probably, anyway.
Yeah, they're all about ad revenue, and they just do what brings in the hits, you know, even if it's not morally right.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, yeah, I mean...
It's kind of hard to, like, hey, did that Madden review that you just gave a 9 to really deserve a 9, even though there's a Madden ads plastered all over your site? Like, you're not going to bite the hand that feeds.
Well, and it's not even that. It's like, they'll write, like, things that, like, are just clickbait.
Oh, or they make you click, like, okay, now go to the next page, and then go to the next page, and then go to the next page, and each page is a pop-up.
Or, like, you know, ads on the side or something.
Yep.
Did you hear what ad blocker's doing, by the way?
No.
Ad blocker itself is going into an agreement with YouTube to stop blocking their ads.
Oh, so you, like, have to watch the 30-second, 1-minute ad,
Yeah.
you know, when you click on a YouTube?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of, like, have to, because, I mean, how else, you know, that's how people make money and stuff.
Yeah, but there are people who, like, made donations to ad blocker because they liked what they were doing. And now ad blocker's like, fuck you. And there are, like, companies that are like, wait, we could just pay ad blocker to not work on our site?
Right.
So that's how she came to Alicia. But her hunch was wrong. I've never heard of this origin village from Gramps nor the other villagers. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'll take my leave. Please tell Alicia that I'll come visit again.
Great drinking buddies. Oh, yeah. I do scream at people a lot when I'm drunk.
And sober.
She's pushing herself as
Yeah.
a princess.
I'm kind of an
She's always
asshole.
been like that. That's exactly
These
what-
Tales games, they don't ever bleed into one another, do they? I mean, this is
Hey,
always
yeah,
a
only
set
if
of,
they're a direct sequel.
yeah,
Um,
like Final Fantasies. You're never going to see, Final Fantasy 7 is Final Fantasy 7.
uh,
Like you're never going to see Cloud in,
If-
Final Fantasy 15.
but you saw him in Tactics.
Well, that's a crossover. That's almost like a cameo.
Yeah.
But-
That's sort of like there's when you do see him in other ones, it's like, oh no, all of the worlds have mixed together. What do we do? Like that's the shit that they appear in.
Right. Zestiria.
Yeah, it's exactly that kind of thing. That it's just sort of like you know what you're going in for, and if you're like, oh, this story wasn't very good, you only have yourself to blame.
I think it's kind of a law, too, that all the main heroes in the Tales games have to have like a big cape thing on.
Oh, I can take that off.
No. You're going to keep that on, and then you're going to put a really goofy hat on, too.
You want me to put a goofy hat on him?
Yes?
Alright. How about I just put cat ears on him?
Oh. All right. I didn't know that was an option.
Well,
That'll work.
I did not either. I apparently just...
Does it do anything,
No!
give you any kind of, it's just purely cosmetic?
Purely cosmetic. Like I said, I tried to make all of my characters look as dumb as possible. Look, if you look at him, he has dumb glasses, sideburns, and cat ears.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Well, yeah, that's like Tales games have been great about that forever.
Okay, see now we're getting some hills and stuff into the environment.
Yeah.
Endurance. That is the all-important key to...
See, and, like... Yeah, so, like, there is, like, some change to the environment and shit. But...
Don't get careless. Time for your embrace. Yeah. Be gone.
This is also, like, one of the first areas in the game.
Let's spread out. Sweet dreams. Let's spread out.
Very well.
Let's get 'em.
It's also less symmetrical and...
They just die in a couple of hits because you're
Well,
so...
this is the first area
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to. And when you're killing them, you can see I'm getting, like George Carlin, a lovable asshole. No one has ever compared me to George Carlin ever in my life, ever. This guy is still bitching about the ghosts here. I was pretty sure I killed them. Yeah, they're dead.
Let's begin the purification. All is done here. We mustn't hold back, loser.
Yeah, the excitement of Tales. Do you have any questions I can answer for you?
I think just the main gimmick why people go to Tales is because it's just got that real time action. Like even though you go into its own battle, like let's say Final Fantasy, the battle, the combat is you're hitting buttons. You're not just doing everything on a menu. So it's for that reason, I think it holds your attention a little stronger than maybe like a typical JRPG because you're actually hitting the attack button. In a way, it's kind of like this is maybe it's a bad example, but it's kind of like a modern, like probably the closest we're going to get to like a modern Secret of Mana. Like if Secret of Mana was made, it would probably be in this kind of
There
style.
was a modern Secret of Mana. It was awful.
Yeah, and so like I like these let's just call it like Zelda. You hit the attack button and he swings. Like it's just that real time.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, I mean it's curious. I'd be curious to know if like this game had multiplayer, same sofa multiplayer, how that would work with the camera and stuff. Because
normally the camera just pans out more.
Yeah, the other like I know the one on GameCube, had 4-player multiplayer. I think that might be actually pretty cool to play with friends, but you're gonna have to get like 4 dedicated friends to actually like play a game like that. Like because even though it's co-op, like they're all just playing on the battle screen where there's this player 1 actually just controls here when you're not in battle, so that might be kind of boring, for the players that aren't like. That's why you gotta, if you really wanted to play multiplayer, like you really gotta have like a dedicated crowd to do that.
Or you just have to have someone that's willing to run into a battle for.
I mean, it's got to make combat a lot better because I'm sure the AI is fine. It's probably not perfect though. But if you got 4 human players, you're going to get a better performance.
I don't know. My friends are kind of idiots.
Well, it depends. Yeah, you got to maybe get some better friends. But like I said, if you get
let's be honest,
a dedicated
the people who hang out with me, they already have that against them. They're my friends, so they have one like solid strike.
Yeah, you need to pick their friends.
They could have chosen. They
could have chosen anybody else.
They had their choice of friends, and they chose wrong.
Man.
Please, Edna, think you're tough? Ready? Strike. Not yet.
One of my characters just has a cat on her head. Why? Because I thought it was funny.
Because you can. I mean, where else are you going to save the world with a cat on your head?
Yeah. One of the games I actually I actually had them with like inflatable tube around one of the guys for fucking ever.
Well, he's not going to drown.
No. But he just like walked around with that, and I think it was like goggles or like swimming goggles. It was...
Yeah, I mean, here you're trying to save the world and be all serious about it, and then you can just dress like a complete retard. And...
That's every single Tales game. It's like, well, everyone's like, well, why are you doing that? It's like it's their fault. They gave me the option.
Yeah,
but it's like
they do. Yeah, they did it because. Yeah. Why not?
Because there are people like me that will take the option.
It adds a little bit of humor to it.
Well, and there'll be like these super serious, like fucking, like scenes where they'll be like, the fate of the world rests on this, and like my character will be sitting there with like googly eyes on, fucking staring at him like, oh, well that's a bummer. So. Yeah, I like this game, except for the part where it's not telling me what to do next.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like that in any RPG. I just don't want to wander. Like, I don't want to waste my time.
And it's been, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of been a while, too.
Do you have any equipment?
Now you got to look up a fax.
I'm going to try not to do that, but
yeah.
In all honesty, this kind of reminds me of, like, some of the older Tales games. And, like, the older Tales games, like, I would get lost in a lot. And, like, just kind of, like, wander from town to town. And be over-leveled by the time I was supposed to be doing something.
Right.
So I never thought they were very difficult.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in a way, it's okay because it's just making your stuff easier, your battles easier. But at the same time, you got to be respectful of the player's time. Tell them where to go.
Well, I mean, in their defense, I have a lot of time this week.
Yeah, this is actually a good week to get a game like this because you can really jump in.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's good for this week.
Good for Tails. Yeah, I mean, you get to see a good, portion of the game there.
Yep.
See what it's all about.
So tomorrow I will be back to my normal daily streaming schedule that I've been doing. I jump on about 7 and stream until I get bored. I've been doing between 2 and 3 hours a night at this point. So if you want to jump in and hang out, that's always welcome. You can follow me on Twitter at Gilman. I take suggestions if you want me to stream something in particular. Lately, I've been streaming a lot of Phantasy Star Online 2. And you can always find me on my personal website, farms.net, or mygamer.com.
And I am Zach Gazarowski of MyGamer.com. My personal site is SquallSnake.com, and my gamer tag on the Xbox systems is SquallSnake, so you could follow me there. And my Twitter is @ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ.
All right, and we will see everyone. I'll hopefully see you guys soon, but we'll see you guys next week.